Hi, good morning. How are you this morning? I really hope that all of you are in good condition. And stay healthy. Have you ever visited or come to a country where the places and buildings which are famous and familiar? Or do you know the Parthenon and the Great Pyramid in Giza? Have you ever asked yourself and thought, how can an architect build those buildings perfectly? I think some of you are familiar with those buildings I mentioned, but some don't. But it's okay, because today, in the second meeting of the second semester, we will be talking about places and proportions and the definite article with the places and buildings. I really hope that after you listen to the presentation or the explanation I gave to you and watch the video, you understand how can an architect build those buildings perfectly with certain ratio they use, and how to use the definite article when you are mentioning the places and buildings. Now, let's watch the video.
Great to see you again, and welcome to another Kiki's Fun Facts. In this episode, we're going to visit the Parthenon in Athens, Greece. First, let's see where Athens is on the map. The city of Athens is in the country of Greece. The Parthenon is an ancient Greek temple in the middle of Athens. You can see the Parthenon from all over the city because it is located atop a hill called the Acropolis. The Parthenon is one of the most famous Greek temples in the world and is considered the finest example of Greek architecture. It was built over 2,400 years ago in 438 BC. That's a really long time ago. And inside was a 40-foot tall statue of the goddess Athena, made of gold and ivory. Here's another fun fact I find very interesting about the Parthenon. There are some pretty neat designs in the construction. You see, the Parthenon is such a huge building that the curve of the earth would have made the shape look crooked. The roof would have looked droopy in the middle, the columns would have looked like they were leaning out, and it wouldn't have had straight lines. So the builders were so smart, they designed the roof to curve in the middle and for the columns to lean in. It doesn't curve as much as you see here, but it is curved, and the result is a great big beautiful building that has lasted nearly 2,500 years. Wow! Well, that's all for this episode. I hope to see you soon in another edition of Kiki's Fun Facts.
Great Pyramid of Giza, Ancient Egypt, 2580 through 2560 BC, 4th Dynasty. The Great Pyramid of Giza is the largest of the ancient Egyptian pyramids and is located at El Giza, Egypt. In the Giza Pyramid Complex, there are also two other major pyramids, the Khafre and the Menkore. Beginning construction on 2580 BC, the Great Pyramid was built for Pharaoh Khufu, son of Snefru, and second ruler of the 4th Dynasty, as a tomb. The Greeks believed that the pharaoh used slave labor to complete the grand project. However, archaeologists have since discovered that it was built by paid, skilled workers. These manual laborers lived in a town near the construction site. The structure consists of an estimated 2.3 million stone blocks weighing up to 15 tons each. These were carried up and down the Nile River from a nearby quarry. During its construction, a block would have to be set every 2.5 minutes. It is unknown how exactly the ancient Egyptians were able to lift the heavy stone blocks to the top of the pyramid in a time before the wheel was invented. However, theories suggest that ramps were used with wooden sleds. When the pyramid was completed 20 years later, it stood at 481 feet or 146.5 meters tall. It had taken 20 to 30,000 laborers to build the structure. Inside, there are 3 burial chambers: the Queen's Chamber, the Grand Gallery, and at the highest point in the center, the King's Chamber, containing a red granite sarcophagus. Most of the Great Pyramid was fully looted for its treasures by the time the New Kingdom began. The Great Pyramid of Giza is one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world, and the only one to remain mainly intact. Subscribe to our YouTube channel for more history videos. Get your copy of Simple History, Ancient Egypt today. Thank you for all your support on the Simple History YouTube channel. If you enjoy the channel, please consider supporting us at Patreon.
You have watched and listened to this presentation and also answered a question from the textbook about the Parthenon and the Great Pyramid of Giza. Now, let's continue to the definite article and the places and buildings. Listen to the explanation. This is the definite article with places and buildings of Unit 10. In this unit, we are going to learn the use of article de with places and the buildings. Let's come to the explanation. The first one with de. It means that if you see some places and buildings later, you must use de. What are they? It is famous buildings. Example: the Parthenon and the Great Pyramid. The Parthenon and the Great Pyramid are famous buildings, so we have to use the article de. Number 2, if you see the oceans, seas, and rivers, we also have to use de. Example: the Pacific and the Nile. Pacific is an ocean, while the Nile is a river. Number 3, if you see most geographical regions, we have to use the article de also. Example: the North and the Antarctic. Number 4, it is mountain range and island groups. Example: the Andes and the Maldives. Now, we come to the one without de. It means that if you see some places and buildings below, you may not use the article de as I circle here. Let's see. The first one, it is continents and most countries. Example: Asia. Remember, it is Asia, not the Asia. Number 2, it's Egypt, not the Egypt. Asia is a continent? Yes, you are right. Asia is a continent and Egypt is a country. Number 2, without de, is lakes and most mountains. Example, Lake Titicaca. Remember, it's Lake Titicaca, not the Lake Titicaca. And it is Everest, not the Everest or the Everest. Next is place name plus building. You can see in this example, Athens Airport. Athens is the place name and the airport is the building. So, we don't need to use the article of the. It is only Athens Airport. Number 2, it is Mumbai Central Station, not the Mumbai Central Station. Now let's come to number 3. Use article the with. We can see use the with plural names of countries. Example, the United Arab Emirates, the Netherlands, the United States. Number 2, names which include republic or kingdom. We can see the example below. The Czech Republic and the United Kingdom. Do you have any question? Wow! If no, let's open your textbook, page 81, part 4. Your textbook, page 81, part 4. We will be discussing the question number 1 to number 4 together. Okay, let's come to number 1. It's a continent. I have Europe here, and I do have the Europe. So which one is the answer? I give you time to have a look on your textbook to find the answer now. So what's the answer? Yes, you were right. It's Europe, not the Euro, because it's a continent. Let's come to number 2. It's a country. I have India, and I do have the India. Which one is correct? Yes, again you are right. The answer is India. Remember, it's only India without the. Now let's continue to question number 3. Famous building. Let's think of the building. Yes, it is Colosseum. Sorry, it's Colosseum or the Colosseum. Which one is the answer? Yes, it's the Colosseum. Since it's a famous building, so we have to use the article the. Now, number 4, group of islands. There is Philippine Archipelago and the Philippine Archipelago. You may check your book if it's a group of islands like this. Do we use do or we don't use it? What's the answer? Yes,
totally right. The answer is the Philippine Archipelago. That's all for question number 1 to 4. Now, you have the other question, number 5 and 8. Do it yourselves. And remember to also complete question number 1 to 4. Find your answer, which must be different from what we have discussed before. Good luck. And thank you.
And that's all about today's class. I hope that all of you understand what I have explained. And if you have any question, do not hesitate to comment or ask me through the Edmodo. Thank you so much. See you again in the next meeting.